had quite a risk-off day yesterday. The US 10-year yield, it rallied like crazy, and the VIX, which is the volatility index, also known as the fear gauge, that rocketed as well. And the SSI, which is the speculative sentiment index for the US indices, are in positive territory, which tells us that the retail guys are buying the dip on US indices. So let me show you that. Let's just talk about the calendar first. We've got inflation data from Germany, UK and Canada. So it's going to be very volatile today if you're trading Euro, Pound or CAD. And the CAD I'll talk about, but let's just say, I'll just show you the SSI. So we'll launch the FXCM trading station, which everyone should have. This is an absolute must. You have to use this. Yeah, it's really powerful. You know if a move's going to be bogus or if it's going to be genuine by looking at the SSI indicators. So it's a little bit of news there, which is quite handy. So the US yields climbed, so the dollar went up, which makes sense, and also the tapering would be probably dollar positive. So let me show you the SSI. Alright, so this on the right hand side is the S&P. They're going long. The retail guys are buying the dips. What happens when they buy? Price will fall. If they sell it, price will come up, as you would have been aware if you watched my videos. But they continue to go long, so it looks like they're being stubborn and holding on to their longs, which is really, really, really unusual. I can't say exactly the reason for it. It could be the absence of bad news, where they're looking at their newspapers or they're looking on Twitter and they think, oh, maybe it's not too bad, I can hold and it will come up. Now if they think of that mentality or mass, then it's going to come down. It's going to come down to flush these guys out. And we're not done yet, because we are below monthly pivot, we've broken monthly support, and because we're below monthly support 1, we have to target monthly support 2. Right, so just bear that in mind. And obviously, you know, we're looking to buy safe havens because of this. Because of this alone, you know, we're going to have a safe haven flight to safety. You can have a look at this as well. You'll note that the Aussie is sell. Euro is just teetering on sell. Okay. Yeah, S&P. So actually in positive territory, which is like quite worrying. The US 30 is in positive territory. So just so you're aware of that, and you're aware of the calendar. So we're going to be very crazy on the Euro, Pound and CAD today. Very volatile. Show you the bubbles. And the Euro is weakest. Gold is also weak. CAD is strong. USD is strong. However, what's interesting about the CAD is that we're in this how do I describe it? It's very extreme sentiment. So what we're looking at, yes, it's hardly as 85% of people, 15% of people who are short, and you know, we want to avoid 20%, 80%. So this is a bit overdone. This is a bit overdone. And yen was over here, if you remember, a few weeks ago, and obviously it just had to hunt the stops across yen, and of course we're coming down. Because of that, it will come up to take stops, and so the sentiment is then reflected, and then it can move. And the same with the pound USD. I was saying how it was just going up to take stops in order to come down, and that's what's happened. So I think this is a likely reversal scenario, so be careful if you're trading CAD, especially with that inflation data. Quickly go through these. There's lots to talk about. Sure, that line is there. Let's get rid of that line. Alright, so monthly pivot is 1802. We are a sell, and they went long. One above is 1829, 1800 on the dot. AU. Right, so monthly pivot 7182. We are a sell, but we have been for a while sideways. SLC below, which is very, very large. It's the largest one, 7160, and oh, the one is there, so it's 7230. Volume node there, potentially going to be acting as a resistance. Potentially, we came up a little bit to test some of that resistance there. So Keep an eye on that volume node, maybe 72.12, but we are above monthly pivot, so bear that in mind. Pound, one above, oh come on, 136.26, 135.70. You can take that line off, we can take this line off as well. So monthly pivot's there, and we are a buy, but they're going long. Right, so by coming down to take stops, it's going to put forces up. So one above probably could be likely. We're close. We are less than 20 pips away, so I think that's possible, and we are technically quite strong. Okay, euro. Bear in mind that the euro bubble is strong sell, and the dollar bubble has deviated from the euro. So 113.31 is your level of interest. So we are a sell, and they went long, but quite dramatically here. Right, and the SLC above 113.85, one below is 113.09. Yeah, so to keep an eye on that monthly pivot basically, and you can entertain a short or a long using that level as your stop loss. Right, because this obviously can be very, very powerful level. Right, dollar yen. Now we were coming down to monthly pivot when I was doing the stop loss clusters. The update for you guys: monthly pivot 114.27, 114.28. Right, so big moves today. One above is 115.05 and 114.10. Because this is falling, this could be dragging cross yen down. Let's show you cross yen. Monthly pivot for AJ 82.08. One above is 82.55. One below is 82. So and we are buy, and they sold it actually. So we could be going up. So maybe come around to take those stops, and it might bounce. But keep an eye on your monthly pivot anyway. Now the euro yen was falling a lot. And there's monthly pivot. There's a breach of monthly pivot, so technically sell. However, sentimentally buy. So we have to be careful. You can just look at these wicks. You know, potentially you could go for a long if we go above 129.79. Maybe after once we've got that stop loss cluster, if we do retrace up, then you know you could use that as your stop loss. But I think that's likely, isn't it? 129.38. Yeah, it's close. Well, one above is very far away, and it's at 143.4. And lastly, pound yen. And remember to let me know if you want me to look at any pairs. One below is 155.40. I think that's going to be likely. It's a little bit naughty because we are a buy on the sentiment, but you know, you've seen the S&P sentiment 156.99. This, you'd want to keep an eye on this. 100% recommended that you get this FXCM trading station and then just load your SSI indicator on it, and you know, then you know if a move's going to be bogus or not. You wouldn't buy this dip when the retail guys are buying, because these guys are normally very wrong and they lose a lot of money. So we want to do the opposite of these guys. So don't buy the dip when the SSI is positive. Alright, so that's a bit of advice for you. If anything, wait for that SSI line to cross to 21 MA. If it ticks down, then it could be a buy, but currently it's not in the process of ticking down. Euro is weakening, which makes sense because you know we're going to be risk off for all those reasons I explained, and we got that inflation data too. So we have to trade carefully. Remember, there's possibly going to be a rush to safe havens if we have another day like we had yesterday, because yesterday was very heavy. And if you have another heavy day and sell in, then it's could be potentially a start of, you know, a way that we're going to be looking at the markets where they're going to be like two-sided. And see, last year the S&P just went up and there wasn't really any down. It just went up, 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 up. Now this year, potentially, according to Chris Weston and Blake Morrow, they were saying the market's going to be more two-sided. So we are going to have down days. So we have to be prepared for that. It's not all going to be ridiculous rocket. We're going to have down then up, then down. We might even have down, 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 then up, 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 right? So that will take a lot of people by surprise, especially if you're new to trading. So just trade carefully. I've been trading for 11 years now, so I know what a down day looks like. Some of you guys who just started trading, you wouldn't be prepared for it necessarily. And so just trade carefully. And if you need me to do any charts, just let me know. And if not, have a good day.